Sam, first of all, how much is this appeal trial being watched there, and what do people feel would be fair?
What is fair? That really just depends on who you're talking to. Of course, I mean, Laurent Gbagbo, the former president, does remain very popular among certain population groups here, significant numbers in Abidjan, certainly in the west of the country as well. They see his ousting of power back in 2011 by French-backed rebels as the real kind of injustice here. Now, having said that, if you speak to victims of the 2010-11 post-electoral crisis in which more than 3,000 people died, then they, of course, would not think that it's fair for Gbagbo to be once again a free man as of potentially this evening. So it really depends on who you talk to when it comes to the perception of fairness surrounding this trial. Worth remembering that Laurent Gbagbo has now been facing legal battles for about a decade. So one way or another, his supporters will certainly be hoping that today's ruling will put an end to all of that.
Very sharp divisions, of course, then on this ruling. But if Gbagbo's acquittal is confirmed, do you think he could make a comeback in the political field in Ivory Coast?
It's a really good question, and also one that lots of people are asking here. And again, it depends. It's really too early to know. I mean, Laurent Gbagbo has been a politician more or less his whole life. So kind of one way or another, whatever he says, whatever he does is kind of intrinsically political and does have an impact here. However, he does still face a 20-year prison sentence in Ivory Coast for having looted the Central Bank of West African States, again back in 2010-11. And part of his deal to perhaps get an amnesty or a pardon from the current president, Alassane Ouattara, may be that he has to kind of renounce politics and stay out of the political sphere. That might be one of the conditions for him actually coming back to the country. Also, another thing worth noting is that for some time now there's been talk of a constitutional reform here in Ivory Coast, limiting presidential candidates to 75 years at most. 75 years old, I should say, not a 75-year term. And so if that constitutional ruling went through, that would effectively bar Laurent Gbagbo from being ever able to stand as a presidential candidate in Ivory Coast once again.
Okay, Sam, from Abidjan for now, thanks very much indeed.